Hello everyone, this is my unboxing of the Thinkpad T14s Generation 6, which is a thin and light laptop from Lenovo. I picked it up in early 2026 around the time of CES. The price was quite reasonable because new models will be announced in a couple months. The T14s is very sleek looking, as you will see shortly. On paper, this is a great laptop. After all, it has got great specifications. It has a generous 32 GB of RAM, an AMD Ryzen 7 with 8 cores and 16 threads. Lots of ports. Who can argue with that? Unfortunately, many things that are good on paper are not as good when you see them in person. That is the case here. It is a bit of a catfish experience. First, it has a Mylar touchpad. These are found on many Thinkpads, Dell computers, Asus and so on, but this particular T14s laptop's touchpad has an especially cheap feel. It rattles when I tap on it even lightly. No touchpad should ever rattle. That makes for a constant distraction and a bad experience. Listen, we interact with our trackpads continuously, so a rattling touchpad defect is inexcusable. Just think of all the hard-working engineers who toiled to produce a quality CPU or GPU or motherboard or SSD. Then Lenovo ruins it with a crappy trackpad. How sad. It probably saves Lenovo $2 per laptop. What a waste. One feature of this laptop that I do like is the screen. It is the 45% eTDP screen and it is surprisingly clear and readable. I previously tried the 100% sRGB screen and honestly it hurt my eyes. Never again. This 45% eTDP screen may actually be easier to view than my MacBook's screen or is on par with it. When it comes to fan noise, to put it bluntly, it's bad. Notebook Check had reported that you can hear it all the time. They weren't kidding. However, based on their test results, you might get the impression that it's not terrible, but in a quiet room the fan noise is loud. There are people who have found ways to reduce it by modifying the fan curve. Good for them. However, in addition to decibels, if you put your ear down near the laptop you can also hear a fan stuttering as well. There are two positive things I can say about this T14s beyond the nice screen. First, the keyboard is still quite good, better than any MacBooks. Second, I selected Fedora Linux instead of Windows 11. Fedora is a joy to use. Some people have recently begun calling Windows 11 microslop because of all the AI and advertisements that no one asked for. But it's worse than slop. Windows 11 is a cancer. It's a panopticon of surveillance. Final recommendation: don't buy this laptop. Lenovo has its priorities wrong. They need to make fewer laptop models and make them really well, rather than tons and tons of laptop models badly. In short, they need to learn from Apple and their near-death experience in the late 1990s. Do a few things with an aim of perfection and throw out the rest. Now check out this pretty keyboard and ports. Enjoy!